I interrupt Transposition Sports because I'm cute, and I can't. And for this message from the angry gay grandpa. You don't pay me enough for this, Karleigh.
So maybe I'll start a little bit softer.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine.
Dad?
Before you say anything, I just want to apologize for what I said this morning. I've been doing a lot of thinking. If you want to change your name, if you want to wear a dress.
It's a skirt, Dad.
Skirt? I don't know the kind of support you need, but let's get you some for all this transgender stuff.
Wait. Are you serious? Dad, what is this?
Oh, this is me supporting you. This is me saying I love you. This is me not losing you.
I love you, Dad.
Love you. Holly.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
AB Hernandez, a Jurupa Valley High School transgender athlete.
This is the erasure of female athletics.
What do you do? This is my child, you know?
We're going to stop the transgender lunacy.
That she doesn't deserve any of the hate. And as an adult, you shouldn't be hating on a 16-year-old.
It's definitely crazy. I mean, I get a lot of hate comments, but I'm I don't care. 16-year-old girl with a mad attitude, you think I'm gonna care?
Well, I think it's an issue of fairness. I completely agree with you on that. It is an issue of fairness.
So a boy is stealing these opportunities from girls.
Our league MVP is AB Hernandez.
There were days that I would look at comments more than others.
That's a boy!
It's just a comment. They're not saying it to my face because they don't have the courage to. They don't have any courage to say it to my face. So if they're not going to say it to my face, why do I care?
Hello again, everybody. This is a special holiday edition of Transposition Sports. I'm Karleigh Webb. And again, happy holidays to all of you and best wishes for a healthy and prosperous 2026. But in 2025, of all the different stories in sports, there was one name that was on a lot of people's lips from a rather unexpected place. There's this girl in Jurupa Valley, California, who has long levers, excellent technique, can hit the board and extend over a sandpit pretty well. And I mean pretty well as in state championship well. Her name? AB Hernandez. Now, looking at her performances this season, a lot of people should be knocking on this kid's door. However, a lot of people were knocking on her door for a very different reason. Just because she was trans, she was the subject of a lot of vitriol this season. vitriol that extended all the way up to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C. But through it all, she maintained a spark, she maintained class, and she performed well, and she was backed up by family and friends. And it's for this reason that I'm glad that she took the time to sit down and come to our forum. First, AB Hernandez and Jurupa Hernandez are with us. First, welcome to Transposition Sports. And secondly, congratulations are in order. You're the 2025 Outsports Transgender Athlete of the Year.
Say something.
Well, I can tell you, it was well earned. If nothing else, it was well earned. And right out the gate, when I ask you a question, complete this sentence for me. The first time I looked down the runway, saw that board, and saw that pit, I thought blank.
This is it.
What exactly was it? I'm talking about the first time you ever looked down the runway and said, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take this jump.
I don't know, like freshman year, obviously, was a big part of it. Sophomore year was a struggle, but eventually I just got my groove back and got into it again.
Now, what made sophomore year the struggle? Because from the looks of things this season, I wondered, did this kid ever struggle? Because your form was on point every jump.
Yeah. Sophomore year, I was always injured, so it was a struggle trying to overcome the injuries because I wanted to overcome them really fast and just start the new thing, but I couldn't because I was injured. So I had to learn how to take time and actually heal and not just jump to the next thing.
Now, but once you got healed up, I got to tell you, it looked good. As a matter of fact, one thing you got to understand, since you're on Transposition Sports now, understand that we show highlights. And right out the gate, we're going to show one of yours. This is you in the triple jump. So walk me through it. Walk me through just your style, your form, and how you get from A to B to an awful lot of meters.
So here I'm just thinking, stay consistent. And then the first attempt, I just
I gotta tell you, look at that extension. I did the long jump and triple jump in high school. I can tell you my form was never like that. It just wasn't. But when I look at that, and one thing, when you see that, how did you get there? How did you even get started in this sport? What led you to this sport? What led you to these events?
My friends we had this sports meeting before the season started my freshman year, and it was just introducing all the sports, and track came up, and I originally joined for hurdle, but he wanted me to try jumps instead. He had just had a jumper who graduated, and he wanted someone to fill that spot. So, I worked every day to try and fill that spot, and eventually I did.
You put in the work, got past injuries, but did you ever think it would get to the point where all of a sudden you're one of the best in California at what you do?
Not really, no. I thought, I would be good, but I wouldn't be the best. And it was just a shock. My junior year, just coming out and being at the top. My sophomore year, I came out third in triple, so I was like, okay, there's a chance, but ultimately, I never thought that I would actually win. Or
When did it hit you that, you know what, I could be this good?
in my junior year, I think the first time I hit 41, and it had put me at number one in the nation at the time. And I just think that was a really eye opener that I could do it and I was going to do it.
Now, with all that coming, how'd you feel about the attention, the negative attention that was drawing? Did you kind of look at it and say, wait a minute, why are these people messing with me? I'm doing what I do. I'm doing what they said you should do. Give your best. How did you feel about all that?
It was kind of irritating because people only see what I put out there, and I put out good scores. No one ever sees the failed attempts that I have at practice. They don't see the failed amount of times that it took to get to actually perform, and as well as I performed, they didn't see how many times I struggled to get to that moment. And once I was in that moment, I was just ready.
Slight subject change real quick. Tonight's lip color is what?
I actually have nothing on right now.
Oh, that's just you. Okay. That is just get it.
I know, it's like I didn't put chapstick on.
I'm just wondering, what blush are you rocking tonight?
Oh, it's a Dior blush right here, and then an e.l.f. blush here, and then a liquid blush that I use is the Essay. I don't know the color though.
Oh, you're using a double team. It's all right. I mean, that's another part of it. Through all of this, one thing about you is you just come across so unflappable. I remember there was one interview where you said, like, it's not bothering me. This is not bothering me. I do what I do. But was there ever a point during all this nonsense that was coming out where it got hard? Was there ever a point where it's like, where you ever looked at mom and said, Mom, I think I want to shut this down?
I don't think so, to be honest. There were days that I would look at comments more than others, but that was really it. And sometimes it would get to me, but, I would take a moment to breathe and realize that it's just a comment. They're not saying it to my face because they don't have the courage to. They don't have any courage to say it to my face. So it was just kind of like, it's online, it's a fake account, and if they're not going to say it to my face, why do I care?
Now, on the other side, there were some people who did say some things to your face, but they were nice things. At state. Surrounded by your competitors, best in the state. But everybody looked chill. What was that like? Because I remember in one interview, I think it was the interview you did with CBS LA, where you said, like, I was surprised. I didn't expect that, but you got that. What was it like to get that from the people that you're fighting for the medals and the place on the podium for, but they were all really chill?
It was obviously a shocker. I knew some people were in my corner because a few girls had texted me like, hey, we're on your side. But for the amount of people to actually be on my side was a shock. Like, I felt so much emotion, and it just really pumped me up to win the medal and just really hone in and trust what I knew how to do and show these people who came out to support me that, that I can come out on top regardless of what's happening. And just, it was amazing, so many emotions that I had felt, and I don't know, it was just amazing.
Gut reaction on the victory stand, 2 state championships. What was your gut reaction when they were putting that gold around your neck?
I think when they had first put high jump, because that's the first event that I won, I was just in shock that I had actually done it. You know, it took 3 years to get there, and the fact that I was on that first place podium, it just felt like everything that I had done was worth it.
You said that word support. Where did your support come from? And in fact, so I know you're with some of that support tonight, hanging out, and some of that support can't get on camera. Yeah, I'm talking to all y'all. Get in here. No,
in front of us.
Talk about that support that you got, because obviously you know your mom, heavy in the corner, but where else did the support come from?
My friends, my teammates, a lot of them, you know, told me to keep going, don't quit. Like, it's not worth quitting because all that work you're gonna put in just to quit is just stupid. And it was like kind of crazy to think, and I was like, you know what, you're right. And all of my friends, you know, most of the volleyball team, track team, they're nice. And yeah, it was just really dumb.
Speaking of support, my support's right here. Now, that's another thing. Volleyball. Co-MVP of the league. I'm beginning to wonder, is there any sport you can't play?
Oh, maybe like pickleball or tennis.
Well, we're all trying to learn. We're all trying to get in the pickleball groove. But one thing, your volleyball game looked rather tight this season. Getting some highlights in here real quick. What is the strongest part of your volleyball game?
I don't know. I think I'm a pretty well-rounded player, so I don't think there's like necessarily a strong suit that I have in volleyball. Okay.
Now, one thing. Looking at the game here, you were playing in against a team that had to come in and fill a place because of the forfeits. How did you feel about the team saying, we don't want to play Jurupa Valley because of you?
I didn't really care. I mean, I just thought it was kind of stupid because you're gonna like involve the whole team with one person. I can't do everything for my team. So that to me was like kind of dumb on their parts because I don't know. It was just
it doesn't take from you, it took from me.
Yeah. It like didn't affect me in any way. Like it mostly affected the team, but it's like you're gonna forfeit because of one singular person. Like it was just stupid to me.
Complete this sentence. When I'm not playing sports, I like to do blank.
Play. Have fun. I don't know. Like that's really it.
Well, one thing I do know is that you bring the fits. Yeah, I saw the fit you wore when you got the MVP, even rocking the leg warmers. What you know about it? You're a little bit young for that. What you know about that? Come on, that's my decade, and you're rocking the leg warmers. What you know, AB? What you know about that? What you know about the leg warmers? What you know?
I know to wear them with some Uggs.
Want to switch gears a minute to mom. Mom, get in here for a second.
Oh.
Get in here. Because when you hear your daughter basically being very unfazed by all this and very about business, what feelings does that bring up for you, even with all the things that swirled around her this season and swirled around you as well?
How do I feel? Well, I mean, it makes me proud that she can go unfazed and focus on what she loves to do. And she loves to play a sport. She stays hours at school, practicing for her events. And I can't be any prouder.
Now, for both of you, even though you put up the United Front, and there's the support, and there's you, there's the friends, how did you cope with all this when you even got the President of the United States and the Governor of California and an influencer basically misgendering you in front of the Governor of California and all the nonsense? You go to a track meet, there are people protesting. How did you cope with all that and maintain? And if it got hard, when did it get hard?
Well, for me, like, while you're present and you get to see what's actually going on, that protest, they exaggerate. The news outlets exaggerate. I have videos of, when we're pulling up to the event, it was like 10, 15 people versus what they make it out to be on TV. So it's kind of like you put it past you, like, okay, like, this is nonsense, it's gonna get carried away, but I kind of ignore it. And when we actually had to get to the stadium, when they announced AB, when I saw so much support, like, AB took the stadium and people didn't see that. But that's when, like, my shoulders dropped, like, oh, it's not going to be that bad. It's just what's being, exaggerated and put out there. And then when all these journalists start approaching me like, hey, like, you need to speak up because this isn't what's being put out there. I'm like, okay, I'll give maybe 2-3 interviews after the event. I'm here for the event. But it's not as bad as people want to make it out to be. Not when you're in, like, there. I think the worst for me has been the online harassment, like the cyberbullying, the negative comments of, oh, you guys are demons, or you failed as a mother. Like, that's your opinion. Me and my kid are happy and probably living a better life than you. Like, for you to be so miserable and leaving these comments. And honestly, AB kept me strong because, baby, what are you going to do? Are you going to keep going? Yes. Okay. As long as you're okay, I'm okay. And I think that works for like both ways, vice versa. Because I'd be like, AB, I'm not like recently, I said, okay, we gotta go. I can't go into another season without taking like a little getaway trip.
Now that's the next thing. AB especially, how important was it just to get, because I know there was the getaway trip. How vital was that to you? What did that mean to you to just like get out of the fire zone, see family, see friends, see New York?
Yeah, it was fun. I don't know. It was just fun. I just told my mom, like, let's just go to New York then.
No.
New York and just went.
And then we did like a tour.
I know y'all did like the award tour. I think there was New York. There was like heading down to Mexico. You get a little Guadalajara going. You got a nice little trip. I mean,
I want to go back to Cancun.
Oh yeah, can't. Oh. I'm just wondering, what's the trip if you win state next year?
I like Korea.
What was that?
Korea.
All right, so we already and that's another thing. How are things looking as far as getting ready for next year? What are some of the things you're focusing on? What are some things you're looking at for next season?
As of right now, we started practicing and we're in the weight room a lot. We're not really on the field. We're just more working out, getting our bodies ready for the season. And I just think this season is just making it look easy, making it feel easy, and really hold my phases to make them better because they weren't the best last year, but they could be better. So that's just what we're really focusing on right now. Is just weight room and getting my legs ready for the season.
What numbers are you shooting for this year? This coming season, rather.
Around the same, like 42, 43, maybe 44, but that's a lot.
44 feet in the triple jump. Okay, go ahead, Yulimar Rojas. I see you. 40.
So stretch, but it's okay.
Hey, why not? Shoot for the stars. I want to get a little bit of the origin story. When did you realize that A, I am who I am, and B, I like playing sports and doing well at them? And also C, I know how to throw down and slay some makeup.
You know, I've always known who I am. I've always played sports, so sports have always been a part of my life constantly. I'm always trying something new. These are just the two sports that stuck with me throughout high school. If I hadn't been doing them, I'd probably be doing cheer, competition cheer. That's what I used to do, and it was really fun. But you know, we would drive like an hour every Tuesday and Thursday, so just got to be a lot.
You would have been stuck here.
And makeup, I started in like 8th grade, and ever since it's just been getting better and better. More high-end products.
Then I want to know what's the go-to product? What's the product? What's the biggest tool in the arsenal? What's that product you can't go without?
I don't know. I think it's like all my products. I can't go without. I don't know. I think. I don't know. My makeup.
It's too expensive. That's all I gotta say.
I know. I think,
You're like me. Go high end, go big or go home.
yeah. And probably. I think that's Charlotte Tilbury. Like, what's it called? Like a little palette. It's not little. It's kind of big. But like a palette that I have from Charlotte Tilbury. That's what I use like all the time. For, like my nose contour, eyes.
No. Follow up to that. It's a meet day. You want to look good, but you also know you're going out there to perform. What's the routine?
Well, last year it's pretty different. I've made a lot of changes to my makeup since then. But last year was concealer, blush, mascara, and I think that's it. Nothing heavy.
Now, how do you get it not to move? Because you know you're out there and you're out there, you're performing. It's spring. You're dealing with weather. You could be dealing with humidity. But every time I see you on a victory stand, you're still sparkling. How do you get it not to move?
I don't know. I use setting powders, but that's pretty much it. I don't use setting spray. I don't use any of that. I just use powder to set my makeup, and that's it.
Now, for you, going back to the origin story just a little bit, when did you first realize that, no, this is who I am, and this is the direction I need to go in, and this is where I want to be?
Middle school, maybe. that was when I really just like who I am. That's where I want to be. And
but at the same time, never gave up. Giving up the sports was a non-starter. It was like, no, I'm still gonna play. I'm just gonna be me out there doing it.
yeah, I mean, when I first got into high school, I wasn't even thinking about joining sports until, my friends mentioned it. Like, hey, you should join. Like, it'd be so fun with us being there. And so that's really how I got into it. If it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't even be in a sport.
Now, Mom, in a number of interviews, you said this was a struggle for you. How did you get from someone who admittedly said, "Look, I voted for Trump. I struggled through this," to being as steadfast, especially as you've been in this last year through all this maelstrom? How did you get there? What got you there?
What do you do? This is my child, and the days of Amy not coming out of her room, hiding, not eating, it's
Wait a
like,
minute. What? Wait. Okay. Let me make
and
sure I got this right.
This is before AB actually was open about mom. Like, this is
True,
what,
but
like, stop playing dumb, pretty much.
But this hits me a certain kind of way because when I see AB, I've watched maybe 10 interviews of that AB's done. And you've got this confident, outgoing kid.
And that's after the support. That's after being able to be herself. After, look, mom, this is who I am. And me realizing, okay, my child just needs the support. And that stopped. That whole covering herself, not coming out of the room. Now it's more like, I'm out, I'm wearing what I'm comfortable in, and this is me. And I saw the difference. It was like a 360. It was a 360. So you just learn to embrace it. It's what one thing that AB said, Mom, you've always told us to do what makes us happy. Okay. This is what makes my kid happy. It's no longer about me, it's about my child. So that's where AB was just happy. So why wouldn't I be happy for my kid?
Now, one follow-up to that, though, because you're seeing all the different things that are being thrown out in terms of trans youth. Right now, they're talking about federal ban on gender-affirming care. They're talking about, they're going to talk, they've already talked about the sports bans. They're talking about bathroom bills in a number of states. There's three different bills there are three different get AB off the runway bills in California being considered for the next session of the state assembly right now. How much does that concern you as a parent, seeing that the most vulnerable are the biggest targets right now?
It's heartbreaking. So we just need to educate people and learn how to make our calls, and hopefully get enough calls that they don't pass those bills.
AB on the other side, you're coming up senior season, big year ahead. I could see you're going after some lofty goals. But are you kind of thinking in the back of your mind, this could be it? Because at the college level, at least in this country, because of who you are, you can't play. How much is that factoring into thought process a little bit for a senior season?
No, I don't really think about it much. I just keep that in the back of my mind because I just like to focus on the present. I don't really like to just focus on the future, focus on the past, and just focus on what's happening right here, right now.
One thing that I've noticed from you that oftentimes in doing stories like this is you smile through it. Even with all the craziness, how much joy are you finding in life right now?
Actually, a ton. I'm a very happy person, and I feel like when you're happy, all you see is joy, and that's all I see. Like whether it's friends, family, going on a spontaneous trip, I just find the joy in everything. And
Look, the support.
And you find that I take you're finding the joy on the track. You're finding the joy in your high jump, in triple jump, in long jump as well.
yeah, the things, I don't know, like practices are just always such a joy. Always cracking some kind of jokes, doing something, and it just makes me enjoy it a lot more. I think that's why sophomore year was a struggle because I couldn't find much joy in being injured, but after that it was okay.
Couple of exit questions. Number one, are you finding the attention you're getting a little bit boring?
Yeah, it's boring. It's just like it's just there, and I'm just like, okay, it doesn't affect me. So it's just like, I don't know. It's just like boring, basic, like, I don't know. Yeah.
Now, and secondly, last season, with all with the last minute changes, all the different things, like the sharing of medals, extra person getting in, did that phase you at all? Did that bother you at all?
The light went up.
Not really, no. I still had a goal in mind that I wanted to accomplish, and that's what I went for.
For the both of you, exit question. Because one thing, Nareda, you told me about one of AB's uniforms from this past season is going to be part of an exhibit for, I believe it's like LGBTQ Museum of the Inland Empire, something like that. 20 years from now, when perhaps AB has a kid or two, and you're a grandmama, and you look at clippings of this time, what do you hope people remember, and what do you hope improves from this experience to that hopeful point in the future?
Well, hopefully they remember a child that got through everything that was designed and fabricated to stop her. And I hope people learn acceptance.
AB, how about you?
I just think for people to see that, our community isn't weak or fragile as people make them seem to be, but, like we're strong and resilient. And yeah, just for people to notice that we are strong and, whether people like it or not, a person of the LGBTQ is always going to exist. Can't wipe us from any face of the earth. And they just need to accept it and not let it consume their lives. And live on. Focus on yourself.
Well, to the both of you, AB, first, congratulations It was an award well earned, excellent season. And to the both of you, looking forward to 2026. I can tell you right now, as this season progresses, we want you back. We want you back, and I want some makeup tips. I am studying. I especially want to know your moisturizing routine because it's on point.
Korean skincare.
Keep that in mind. Thanks again to AB Hernandez and her mother Nareda for being a part of this special interview, and a thanks to all of you out there for being a part of Transposition Sports in 2025. Every guest we've had, everyone who's downloaded us, logged in to see us, thank you. The support's appreciated, and we have more to come in 2026. Starting with our first show back January 17th, we're going to give you a thorough review of the January 13th Supreme Court hearings concerning transgender student athletes, the ins and outs, what happened, why it happened, and what happens next. So come here to Transposition Sports. We're going to give you the full story. And in March, a big thing that we're proud to be a part of, the final boss of Trans People March Madness bracket. We're still taking nominations for it. So if you have a nomination, we'll let you know how you can spring in for that and make your voice heard in the comment section here. 2025 has been a difficult year for trans communities, but we've at Transposition Sports have done the best we can to amplify the voices and bring the issues to you. And if there's an interview that you missed, a segment that you heard about and you wanted to see, we're going to be running them again as part of a New Year's Eve marathon on December 31st. So join us and take a look at something you may have missed or something that you enjoyed and want to see again. Yep, checker flag, baby. We're at the finish line for 2025. But there's more to come in 2026. And we thank you for your support, because everything we do here at Transposition Sports, we do for all of you, the people who support us. I'm Karleigh Webb. For all of us at Transposition Sports and Shar Sports 1, thank you for making us a part of your year. We'll see you again in 2026. So long, everybody.